Hey everybody on YouTube, Karl Alexander here, and in today's video I'm going over some of my initial impressions of the Nintendo Switch. I was planning on picking one of these up for Christmas, but with availability being so limited, when I heard there were 5 Mario Odyssey bundles at my local Target, I picked one up, as I'm sure availability is only going to get worse with the holiday season fast approaching. Now, if you don't know what the Nintendo Switch is, you should probably check that you haven't time traveled into the year 2017, because at least in the gaming world, it's been everywhere in gaming media. The Switch's hype and successful launch has been a sigh of relief for many Nintendo fans who worried about the company's ability to produce a new console after the failure of the Wii U. In many ways, the Nintendo Switch just does the job the Wii U was trying to do. A home video game console that can be easily used on your big screen TV or in a portable form factor. In my opinion, the Wii U gamepad was what really made that console unique, and putting the entire console into the screen completes the concept in a way the Wii U couldn't. Obviously, with this tablet form factor, the Switch does have some immediate drawbacks, the main of which is CPU power. The NVIDIA Maxwell-based Tegra graphics chip is quite capable of producing high-quality 3D graphics, but the ARM-based CPU at only 1 GHz is definitely a hurdle for developers wanting to get anything over 30 FPS in demanding titles. Also adding to the hurdle is battery efficiency. When undocked, the graphics chip is clocked down by almost half to improve battery life. Technically, since the tablet is only rendering in 720p, it shouldn't need the extra horsepower, but I'm sure many games would benefit, and considering developers want games to look good in both modes, it may cause some graphical reductions overall. So while the Switch is getting ports of games like Skyrim, LA Noire, and even Doom, I wouldn't count on the Switch getting most modern big-budget console games. The system is obviously powerful enough to run ports of older, less demanding games and graphical reductions like Doom, but I would be very impressed to see ports of newer titles from groups like Rockstar and Bethesda. I don't think we'll be seeing anything like Fallout 4 or Red Dead Redemption 2 on the Switch. Beyond the technical stuff, the limited time I've had with the Switch has been fantastic. The form factor and build quality is better than I thought it would be, and though the tablet screen is only 720p, the brightness levels, colors, and viewing angles are all vast improvements over the Wii U's gamepad. I don't have much to say about battery life, as I've only played the console for a few hours at a time undocked, but at least with the 2 Mario games I have, it seems like 4 to 5 hours of playtime wouldn't be totally unreasonable. Obviously, more intense titles like Zelda Breath of the Wild have playtime on battery closer to 3 hours, and honestly, at least the way I play games these days, it's pretty rare for me to play something longer than 3 hours at a time. So far, the actual form factor of the console has been my favorite part of the experience. The removal of the Joy-Con controllers on both sides makes switching from mobile to TV super simple, and playing games while holding each Joy-Con is very comfortable. The snapping sound effect and click of a Joy-Con connecting to the console is oddly satisfying. However, what isn't great about the build are the Joy-Cons themselves. Don't get me wrong, in mobile mode or using them in each hand is great. The button layout is a bit awkward, but you get used to it. On the other hand, playing a 2-player game by giving each player a Joy-Con like in the now famous teaser commercial is terrible. The joystick and button layout is awkward, and anyone with regular-sized adult hands is going to have a hard time using it without feeling cramped. This wouldn't be a big deal if buying a second controller didn't cost more than an entire game. At the moment, the cheapest Switch Pro controllers are going for $69, and while we still ended up getting one yesterday, I'm not happy with that price. As far as software goes, it's a bit early for me to make any sweeping judgments. I have really enjoyed Mario Odyssey. It's already my favorite in the series since Sunshine. Its open levels really remind me of Mario 64, but with more freedom to explore and find objectives. Mario Kart 8 is, well, Mario Kart 8, the same great game with a better frame rate and slightly better visuals. I haven't played much of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but so far I'm enjoying it. And though it's certainly not a traditional Zelda game, it seems like Nintendo has mixed elements from several of the last installments of the series into something new and exciting. As for other software on the console, there isn't any really. You've got the eShop app for buying games. It's okay, but I find it a bit dull and difficult to explore without knowing exactly what you want. There's an album to look at screenshots and a news app that just posts things about upcoming games and promotions from Nintendo. But beyond that, you won't find anything like Netflix, Hulu, or Amazon TV. What's excited me the most about the Nintendo Switch is its potential. Like the last Nintendo console release, software is its biggest issue, and while Nintendo has made sure to have several major first-party releases in the first few months, the third-party support is going to make or break the longevity of the Switch. It's fun seeing ports of great titles like Skyrim, LA Noire, Doom, and Stardew Valley make it to a Nintendo console. But at least in a case like Skyrim, you are paying a premium price of $60 for a 6-year-old game that doesn't include mods and certain enhancements the other versions have. At some point, developers won't be able to support the Switch because of its limited capabilities, and that could be a major issue down the road. I feel like Nintendo has set themselves up to require a Switch 2 or Switch Pro to support features like 4K in the future. Gamers are continually demanding more and more fidelity, and though Nintendo will always have its unique games, I haven't seen anything that looks like a generational jump from the Wii U. I hate to think that CPU and GPU power matters in a game console, as the gameplay is what's important, but if new games can't be ported to the Switch, it will be relegated to those 5-year-old ports and graphical reductions. But for now, I'm loving the Switch. If owning a new console is the price to pay for new Nintendo games and some exciting revisits of modern classics, then I think it's well worth the price. But if you're not a fan of Nintendo exclusives, it might be a better idea to wait and see how the software library matures. Okay everybody, that was my video for this week. I hoped you liked it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, I'm sure you know what to do. Leave a comment down in the comments section. And as always, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for more videos like this one in the future. Coming up soon, I'll be upgrading my PC. I might try to make a video in between, but I'm going to be switching over to the new i7-8700K. So hopefully I can make a good comparison video out of that. If you want to get in touch with me directly, make sure to follow me on Twitter. If you for some reason want to support my channel directly, I do have a Patreon. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.